Welcome back. You're watching All About Ads Prime, and since we are an advertising show, we need to focus on advertising, but that's obviously not what we are going to do. Let's take a look at some trends in content marketing instead. This is a brand new report by Pulp Strategy which crawled through 7.5 million content data points between October last year to March this year, 2017. Now, let's take a look at what the report says, but we are also joined by Ambika Sharma. She is the MD and, of course, founder of Pulp Strategy. Now, it's image-based content that's really top of the pile. Tell us a little bit about this.
I think we already know that visuals work the best, and that's also the volume of content on social media right now. I think the focus is on being able to say what we want to say as a brand, with putting the maximum amount of visual content so that people get the gist of it without having to spend a whole lot of time reading. That's what's happening across most platforms at the very basic core of it.
So just one image that works better even than videos. But you're saying the bulk of videos is less from what we believe.
Yes, right? Video content is increasing. I think it would be increasing much faster than the static content, but the bulk is still visual. So static content is still the bulk of the content, which is visual content, which is across the board, across almost all platforms.
Right.
It's not just about the format, it's also about the distribution platform.
Right.
So you need to see that if your content piece is going on a Twitter, what format would work better. The same format probably won't work on an Instagram, definitely will not work on a LinkedIn.
Even on social media, you cannot force fit what goes or what works on Instagram, on LinkedIn or Facebook. It just doesn't work.
The core of it is that you have the same message, and then you put that message across multiple formats depending upon your distribution platforms, depending upon data.
Your report says Instagram is working. Why is Instagram preferred by marketers to other platforms?
People are on Instagram because they have certain interests. It's not cluttered with advertising at this point in time. So you can create more value, you can create richer looking content, and therefore attract a certain set of audience which probably same person might not be so open to that content or might not even get it. It might not be delivered to them on a Facebook because of the algorithm.
There's something about watching ads on TV, but there's something else about watching content online which you do not want advertising to invade. And I find recently, in between, whatever you're watching, you have a 10-second. I think that's more annoying than having something which comes before and you wait for it to finish and then you watch the video.
I think the point really is that whether that content is acceptable or not. While you can't control the distribution platform, you can definitely control the acceptability of your content.
Your report mentions that 2017 is a very interesting year for online marketing due to the evolution of new types of content. Please define these. What are these?
Multiple formats of content. It's not just static and video. You can also look at slideshows. You can look at GIFs. You can look at platforms which are launching, for example, stories. The innovation in content is at an all-time high. I'm sure 2018 is going to bring more on board.
Motion graphics, also animation, which is really taking a leap because you now have apps that can do animation for you. I think this is a great point. Content platforms themselves giving great options to create content. I think that's the way forward, really. Moving to another part of the report, social media content marketing, over 70% of all clickable links shared were on LinkedIn. And I think a lot of people would be surprised by that.
LinkedIn is very friendly to long format content. Okay, you go to LinkedIn to be able to get valuable content which is related, hopefully, to your field or your profession. Now, having said that, they have a lot of very high quality publishers which are publishing content on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn picks up that news and pushes that news through to timelines. What that does is that it allows you to be able to, let's say, read through articles, get infographics, go through case studies, depending upon which industry you belong to and what are the publishers that you're following. What it has also done is that a lot of marketers and brands are using LinkedIn, and rightly so, to be able to publish relevant content about their products. So it's no longer just about advertising and entertainment. It is about infotainment. It is also about addressing the finer points of a product so that decision making becomes easier.
Content marketing on B2B, in the B2B sector, expected to play a very important role, and your report also highlights that. Where do you see that going in future?
Any evolved brand has been using content marketing for ages. They might have been doing newsletters, they might have been doing DMs, then they might have moved to emailers, and now it's, the social media platforms to be able to distribute content. Any product whose customers are on social media, they should be using social media to be able to deliver content and to be able to reach out and engage with their customers. I think for B2B, preference is driven by content. So it's a very long lead nurturing cycle, as we call it. So you push through content and allow people to be able to make the decision reading the kind of things which are important for them. So for example, if I wanted to be able to, let's say, move to digitization or move my organization to cloud, okay, as a marketer, while I've heard a lot about cloud, I really don't know exactly what it is about and may not know how it applies to my organization. How will I benefit? It's very great, everybody's talking about cloud and everybody's talking about a lot of other things as well. But how does it benefit me? Now, if I have a report which is specific to my industry, which has a case study, which has somebody, has it all chalked out that this is how it could benefit, then I understand my business really well. So, as a decision maker, that would help me make my decision. And that is how content marketing is important for B2B.
You're staying away from defining ROI because?
See, ROI means different things to different people, okay? Today I cannot get up and generalize that, okay, this particular piece of content gave great ROI without actually deep diving into what was it meant for. And have to give the credit to the person who owns the brand, which is the marketer. They had multiple thought processes and they have a defined objective when they're doing something. So on the outside, you cannot define, nobody can actually say, okay, oh, they got great ROI or they did not get great ROI.
And I also don't know how much is bought.
Sure. At a very basic level of it, I don't know how many seconds of a video did somebody watch. Did they watch 2 seconds? Did they watch 10 seconds? Was it pushed to their timeline? So all of those things will make it really important. So you have to drill down. You can't just say because it has views, it got good or not so good ROI. There's definitely overall space for optimization and doing this, content marketing in a better way. So I think audience segmentation, targeting, how much of the content was viewed, what was the action taken after that? Did they actually go to your website? What was your objective? Your objective is likes, it's great. You get a lot of likes and yes, they're to be bought. I don't think the objective is ever likes, right? There's like a core objective. So it has to start from there.
Richer content is being demanded and hence brands will have no option but to provide richer content. So on that note, thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, that's it on the show. We are going to leave you with some international ads, but of course you can reach us on aaa@ndtv.com or on our various social media pages. And of course you can watch previous episodes on ndtv.com/AllAboutAds. Enjoy.